This is Trez singing Coming From Where I'm Coming From by Anthony Hamilton, up and coming artist.
Sitting here, guess I didn't make them. Got time, a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up and daddy was home. I started hustling and they couldn't tell me nothing. Running in the hood trying to be somebody. My soul was on empty. I was searching for something. Tried to be good. Tried to keep from trouble. Living too fast. Trying to make good on the hustle. Sometimes you get lost. Sometimes it got hard. Sometimes you gotta walk to work, yeah. Sometimes you gotta do a little dirt. Hey, wasn't really looking, guess I found it. 5'3", light brown skin, coming from the university. My style looking kinda lovely. Didn't know she had much skin. Down the ride out, even take the train. Even took her to a poker game. Top notch for fried chicken and sushi. Tried to be good. Tried to treat you like a lady. Tried to be a friend. Turns out that you were shady. Sometimes you get lonely. Some things ain't what you seem to be. Sometimes you get all angry. Oh, sometimes you get the best of me. Well, try to be good. Wanted nothing but to love somebody. Didn't want to die young. Said he hustling trying to feed my family. Too scared to have kids and do like daddy did. Cause I'm so scared of fellas. Sometimes it get hard. Sometimes you gotta moan. Sometimes you gotta cry a little bit louder. Oh, sometimes you gotta fight the pain. Sometimes you gotta walk alone. Sometimes you get a little worried.
Let's get a shout out for Trez.
Game with the 50-50, game with the 50-50. All right, ladies, you got your fans? All right, now let's do a little work about let's here we go, y'all.
I don't know if y'all know, but West Love and the 478 man.
All right, y'all, real quick. Ladies, look at, hey guys, looking really well. All right, y'all, real quick for the menu. Game with the 50-50, game with the 50-50.
Grand Rising, everyone, Grand Rising. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Grand Rising, says Mother Earth. When you acknowledge and honor the ancestors' spiritual lineage, let's honor our ancestors, guys, all the knowledge that they have left within us. The spirit of Mother Nature smiles with you all the way from the root of life. Grand Rising, everybody. Let's acknowledge and honor our ancestors and never forget your ancestors, your guys. Never forget your spiritual lineage within you. When you acknowledge and honor the ancestors' spiritual lineage within you, the spirit of Mother Nature smiles with you all the way from the roots of life. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Today, we're going to be looking at Black women that are usually ignored, you guys. This is Breonna Taylor. I'm still celebrating my anniversary when I retired in 2020 as a Black journalist and as a Black Panther. I was on the Breonna Taylor case along with, I covered these guys right here. In fact, these are the Black women that was out there too, trying to get something done. What's taking y'all so long in this Breonna Taylor case? Why can't we get any help in the Breonna Taylor case? Not only black men's was out there, black women's was out there too. This group is called In Fact. I came across I came across this group on one of my black journalist assignment, and I was so intrigued with them because they remind me of back in the day of the Panthers. But the leader will tell you that we are not the Panthers. We are not the Panthers. We are not Black Lives Matter. This is a black militia. On this day, right here, this is in Stone Mountain, Georgia. This is when there was a Ku Klux Klansman threat, right? They wanted to turn the clocks back and do what they used to do to us, come in and pull us out the house and lynch us. So this is why this group came and said, no more. Oh no, you guys can't do that to us anymore. This is a new day and a new time. So In Fact came on Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is the Ku Klux Klansman headquarters. Now, the media made it out of something else, you guys. The media made it out of the monument when it was something different. That's why we have to tell our own story, you guys. But getting back on Breonna Taylor, why I tie this into Breonna Taylor, because In Fact went down there in Louisville, Kentucky. I was there too. I was down there too. And they went to get justice for Breonna Taylor. Now, the only man that was arrested was, like I told y'all, out of this whole case, was the leader of In Fact. Grandmaster Jay was the only one that was arrested in this Breonna Taylor case, you guys. He's recently out of prison. And so I guess he's doing okay. But we're going to be looking at the Breonna Taylor case. Why is it that when a black woman is deleted by the cops, why is it that she don't get the same kind of publicity? She don't get the same kind of media coverage like the black men's, y'all. Because black girls and black women are more likely than any group of women to be killed by these race soldiers. Black women make up around 10% of the female population in the U.S., yet they are 1/5 of all the women to be deleted by these race soldiers, and almost 1/3 of these black women are unarmed, you guys, right? The factors convey that black women and girls are the most vulnerable of all women to state violence, right? All conspires to erase their loss of life. These black women go under the radar, even if it's just domestic abuse, even if it's just you're going through the courtroom. Often you're looked on as this strong black woman. You can handle it. They ignore black women. I tell you what they did. That's Sandra Bland's story right there. That still stick with me today, because Sandra Bland, there was so much injustice surrounding how that child died over a traffic stop, y'all. But in America, y'all, black women's, black people all over the world, we got to ask ourselves, how does a black woman sometimes just begin as a bystander on an incident? Say, for instance, in the George Floyd case, that little black girl, that little teenager, that video, that tape became the center of their investigation, y'all. They deflected off of that George Floyd case, off the strangulation, and focused on a little 15-year-old girl. Yes, that's what they did. They focus on the violence part of that. The violence is the center around our black women and sisters, and it is highly ignored. We should ask ourselves, why so many other women, why so many black women are mishandled, manhandled, beaten, tasered, shot, and some deleted, and yet society don't even ask these questions. The reality is that this issue barely registered in public. The black woman, says Malcolm X, is the least protected woman in the world. So we're going to be doing behind the scene case, the black people version of the black news version of Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor case was about property, you guys. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? When you get into the Breonna Taylor case, you'll know that it was about economics, and you guys will learn today what was the grassroots, what we were doing behind the scenes in the Breonna Taylor case. Now, when we get to Martel, y'all know the same old story. I drew up with Martel, you guys. I just went back into the old vault, and Martel was talking to Mr. Fred about his builder license, you guys, right? But one thing he said to Fred that caught my attention, I think we all missed. He told Fred that I went behind Melody's back. I went ahead of Melody. I went ahead of Chris back and talked to the developer, told the developer not to sell the 47 acres to Melody, to sell it to me. And I'm like, how did I miss that? A lot of times you can miss stuff, and then later on when you go back and look at the video, you put the puzzles together. But he was a snake. He was a snake. He was thinking about his own self, you guys. He never thought about his family, his children, or whatever. All he knows is that he was going to get that 47 acres, and that generational wealth was going to be his and his alone. So when he was sitting down there in that office, he knew that he had went to those developers and asked them not to sell the Melody. Well, and then he said he went to Chris. When he went to Chris, that's when he found out that the developer said that they rather work with Melody, had Melody instead of him. So it backfired on him. But I'm just letting y'all know, what a snake. This man is a snake, y'all. He really don't care nothing about his family. And even if you know about Melody Duman, she sat down with Chris in that office. She said, Chris, when Chris said that he wanted her to do the 47 acres, that the developers want to work with her, she said, Chris, did you talk to Martel first? She was still trying to honor her husband, her ex-husband. She was still trying to be fair, not knowing that the man had went behind her back and backstabbed her and told those developers not to deal with her. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Yeah, let me do house rules, you guys. Then I'm going to say hello to everybody. House rules, y'all. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, you guys. So Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. Hopefully you guys, it's gonna be a bit of sweet sad for talking about the Breonna Taylor case, because I tell you, I was there. I was boots on the ground, you guys. Everybody united for that case. You had the Black Lives Matter, you had the Black Panthers, you had InFact, and then you just had the grassroots leaders in Kentucky. Everybody band together to bring attention to this young lady because they were trying to sweep it under the rug. Y'all do know that Daniel Cameron was the DA at that time. He was engaged to some politician, I think Mitch McConnell's granddaughter or something. He just really botched that case on purpose, you guys. He took it to the grand jury. He told his side of the story. There was no two sides to the story that the grand jury heard. They heard they heard what the cop side of it, and that's it, and that's how they made their decision. Later on, the jury came out after they learned the facts, the real facts. They regretted their decision. They said the decision would have went another way, but it's unlikely that the only man that was arrested was Grandmaster Jay. They said that he pointed a gun during the time we were doing that protesting the Breonna Taylor case. Said he pointed a gun towards the ceiling and some cops was up there. So put the cops' life in danger, you guys. You know they just made up something. They were mad at this black man because what he did was when all this group came, when in fact came that second time they came down there for Breonna Taylor, you guys. It's me right here. That's me right here, y'all. That's me going down that line right there with in fact. That's in Atlanta. But the second time that this man came down here with Breonna, right? What they did was hit it. The strategy was hit them economically. And that's what they did. They did. It was the day of the Kentucky. You had all these black men marching through the city. So they had to cancel the Kentucky Derby, you guys. We do know that the Kentucky Derby brings millions and millions of dollars in Kentucky, but it's located right smack in the middle of the black neighborhood, and no money goes there. No money at all goes there at all, you guys. Anyway, you guys, it's just pitiful. We're gonna get started because this. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. Yes, that Cameron purposeless mentality the case. He is a true sellout. Yeah. He sold out, you guys. Yes, he did. He didn't care. That's why everybody that look like you can't vote everybody in office that look like you. Because some of them are, they call them Oreos, white on the inside, you guys. They're not there for your best interest. Creole Girl said those developers didn't know him because Mel handled all aspects of their business, why he wouldn't lay up with Bed. But Creole Girl, yes, they did not know him. As a matter of fact, all their dealings was with Melody. Melody is in the boardroom with all these people. Every time they never saw him. He didn't know how to go in the boardroom and negotiate nothing. So that's who they deal with. That's who they knew. And then Huntsville's so small. This man had that scandal going on, affiliated with that on their brand, you guys. Him and Bedbug, they didn't want that on their brand. Tweety Bird, you guys know she is a content creator. You guys, welcome. She said Master J was pow here in New York. They said it was a setup. Wow, yes. Grand Rising, BT, Patricia Dearest, and Linda Gamble in chat. All righty, you guys, let's get started. We're going to get started with the Breonna Taylor case. First, I'm going to move y'all along. I don't think Melody was trying to honor Hotel. She knew how much he wanted the deal and was trying to minimize any headaches that could come from her way. Yeah, you're right. She just really was trying to be fair. She did, even with the divorce, you guys. When they went through that divorce, she did not ask that man for nothing. She just wanted him to get the hell away from me. That's all I need you to do. This is different, Jailmaster J. No, it reminds you of Jailmaster J, don't it? It's Grandmaster J, Grand, Grandmaster J. In fact, he ran for president of the United States when Trump was running for president, you guys. No, not the rapper, y'all. Y'all gonna see him. Let me see if I got a picture of him. Yeah, he started, here you go, right here. He started this black militia you got right there in the corner with the glasses. That's him, Grandmaster J. Yeah. He started this black militia. He started with the Ahmaud Arbery case, y'all. He was down there with Ahmaud Arbery, but it never did. People don't know with Ahmaud Arbery. They put him back up there. Ahmaud Arbery case is how he started. He went, him and some more planters, a few more brothers went down there with their shotguns in front of the McMichael's door and demanded they came out. Because they was not going to arrest the McMichaels, y'all. This the behind scenery stuff y'all don't know. They was going to arrest. They were not going to arrest the McMichaels for killing Ahmaud Arbery. It had been months and months had passed. They hadn't did nothing to all three of them. But when the homeboys came down there in front of their door and told them to bring their butt on out there because they was going to do street justice to those men. So we're not having this no more. Well, a black person can't walk down the street and y'all lynch him? No, in broad daylight, and nobody not gonna do anything. We can't have that anymore. And so he went to the doorstep along with a few other brothers. So the McMichaels called the cops, y'all, and the cops came in to protect the McMichaels. But what had happened is that Ahmaud Arbery's mother kept them in there. She was on her job. His parents and all the neighbors down there was on their job. They end up keeping them in there. They were never going to arrest the McMichaels. Mr. McMichaels worked for the police department, you guys. He was an investigator. So that's when he came. I wasn't on the scene then. I was on the scene in Atlanta. Right here, this is Atlanta, you guys. In Atlanta at the with them at the headquarters, you guys. Ku Klux Klan's headquarters. That's me. And that's them on the background, you guys. I'm just taking pictures, y'all. That's all. All right, you guys. I'm going to get started. This is Stone Mountain, Georgia, the headquarters of the Ku Klux Klansmen. Now, it's in Stone Mountain, Georgia, you guys. The Ku Klux Klansmen headquarters. This is where we're at, the Ku Klux Klansmen at. So they are demanding the removal of the largest Confederate monument. No, that was not why. That was not why initially impact was there, you guys. This massive scorcher near Atlanta represents 3 Confederate leaders, you guys. But the group calling themselves the Impact, not fucking around, Coalition, also challenged local far right groups.
You did. You made blacks come out. I don't see no white militia. So to the boogie boys, the 3%ers, and all the rest of you scared ass rednecks, we here. With a QA, we in your house. Let's go. NFAC, mother.
So yes, this is Stone Mountain. It's a stronghold of the KKK. The book was reborn in 1975, you guys. This is the headquarters of the KKK. And that's where we were at. White wing groups have used the state park as a meeting place for decades. Yes. So this is where we were at, but it had nothing to do with the monument. But either way, Parker Pretty said they respected the group's First Amendment right to protest. No, they didn't know what to do with all these black men. You won't be seeing, yes. So this is in Atlanta, Georgia, you guys. Boots on the ground. You're watching Boots on the Ground with Alma. Boots on the ground, you guys. Yes.
The American people want to know what President Harris would do for us, and Kamala hasn't told us much. But when she looks at herself,
they are known as the NFAC, an armed all-black militia. You might have seen it protest in Georgia, Kentucky, and Washington, D.C. Their stated goal, to defend the black community by any means necessary. NBC's Morgan Radford is in Atlanta. And Morgan, I know you talked to the leader of the NFAC. You got a rare look inside this movement as it tries to expand. What did you find out?
Well, Craig, we found out that for them, this is ultimately about protection. They say that especially during the Trump administration, they felt like the government and law enforcement simply did not do enough to protect black people in this country. And so they said they're taking matters into their own hands. But what's fascinating is that this is a movement that is growing. According to the NFAC, they say they now have chapters in nearly every single state, and they also have some chapters internationally. So we decided to embed with them for a day to see exactly how they do what they do and why many of their members say they joined. Take a listen.
The sounds of war right here at home. This is the NFAC, an all-black militia with a mission to defend the black community by any means necessary.
So this is training for one of the new chapters.
Yes, appearing by the hundreds at protests from Stone Mountain, Georgia to Louisville, Kentucky, demanding justice for police killings and countering what they believe is the threat of right-wing militias. It's a movement started in 2017 by this man, former musician and Army veteran John Grandmaster J. Johnson.
Is the movement growing?
By leaps and bounds.
We met with him outside of Cincinnati, where he says another new chapter is now in the works.
The NFAC stands for the Not Effing Around Coalition.
What's behind the name?
The NFAC was born out of the last 4 years under the Trump administration. The deterioration of racial relations in this country. It means that you're preparing yourselves to defend yourselves.
While the group's style echoes the Black Panther Party of the 1960s, their goals are distinct, focusing on defense with the ultimate goal of a black ethno-state.
What makes us so different is that our goal is our own government, our own country, a place where we can determine our own future.
Is violence an option to reach your goals?
The United States was built on violence being an option. Violence should be the last option.
Extremism experts say the group is distinct from far-right militias.
They have not risen to the level of concern of, say, the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers. They have not engaged in violence. In fact, in most of their demonstrations, they have, in fact, coordinated their activities with police.
When you talk about January 6th, and we saw those rioters storm the Capitol, what do you say to critics who say you're no different from them? They're extremists, you're extremists.
Show me where we have done those things. They've killed people. They've disrespected the government to the point where they have invaded its sacred halls. Show me where we've done those things, because we have done none of them.
We were allowed rare access to one of their training sites at a secret location in rural Georgia.
We are now driving to the NFAC training facility.
We spoke to one member who chose to go by the codename Shy to protect her anonymity.
This one is the handgun.
Correct, yes.
And then what do you guys do next?
We are going to the area where we practice our primary weapons firing.
Why did you decide to join this movement?
It's for the cause. Black people, we need to learn how to defend. This is definitely one way to do it.
Do you all, have normal jobs? You work for all different sectors? And
absolutely. We're business owners, we're doctors, lawyers, we're your everyday person, anywhere from Walmart to the corporate sector.
What are you all training for?
We're training for self-defense.
A response to show they won't be scared or unprotected any longer.
Craig, it's important to note that the NFAC does not have any history of any violent crimes, but it's also important to note that Grandmaster Jay, the leader of that group, is facing federal indictment charges. Authorities allege that he pointed a rifle towards police officers during that demonstration last September in support of Breonna Taylor. He pleaded not guilty, and that case is still ongoing, Craig.
Okay, you guys, I'm just was doing this week. I retired now in 2020, y'all. Like I tell y'all, 2020, everybody was in the house, but those race soldiers was out there deleting us, y'all. Like they went hunting. Anybody they caught outside by themselves, they were hunting us down, and just it was terrible in 2020 if you went outside alone. So many brothers and sisters was lynched and deleted by these race soldiers during that time. And but we were out there. I was out there with boots on the ground. Yes, it did not stop. It didn't stop my need to go out and try to, get help with the black community because it was so much going on, you guys. Let me keep it rolling. I'm keeping it rolling now. All right. This is the Breonna Taylor case, you guys. This is Breonna Taylor case, you guys. Now, with the Breonna Taylor, they will be talking about Elliott Street. I'm gonna hit y'all to Elliott Street was where they called that street was known as a trap house street, where a lot of drug they claim activities took, but they wanted that property. They wanted that property on Elliott Street, right? How Breonna tied into this was because of that guy she used to date. They claim used to sell drugs out of one of those houses. They claim that he would take his package to Breonna Taylor's place and hide this package there at Breonna Taylor place. But all that stuff was messed up. I think it was 2 or 3 years prior she had dated that man, and of course she was in a relationship with Mr. Kenneth Walker at the time, and neither one of them had a record. But that street on Elliott Street, they were doing what they usually do with us. They usually bomb all our neighborhoods up and take it. And this time they invented a mysterious SWAT team that nobody knew about. Even the mayor of the city did not appoint this mysterious team. They called themselves the PBI, Post-Based Investigation. They were just a group of race soldiers, a group of KKKs that they had hired to go in and terrorize the black people on Elliott Street to make them leave and take that property. Now, y'all just keep an eye on Elliott Street. This ties into Breonna Taylor death. This is the behind the scene story. Breonna Taylor case that I was on, you guys. These are the race soldiers that was never charged with Breonna Taylor murder. Officials in Louisville, Kentucky have been named the suspect, now named the suspect race soldiers involved in shooting death of an innocent black woman named Breonna Taylor. She was 26 years old. She was a 26-year-old emergency medical technician who was shot and killed in the middle of the night while she was asleep by Louisville police in March 13. They are Jonathan Madeline, Brett Hankinson. You guys don't hear more about him. He's very corrupt. And Miles Congrove. Taylor boyfriend Kenneth Walker, who was also at the home when the officer served a no not warrant to the wrong apartment, opened fire on the intruding race soldier performing an illegal raid. One of Walker's bullets allegedly struck Jonathan Madeline in the leg. So they was trying to charge the boyfriend. Say it was the boyfriend's fault, you guys. These are the race soldiers. Here are the suspected race soldier who executed Breonna Taylor in her sleep.
investigation that the AG and the FBI are involved with, we absolutely will release all that information. Thanks everybody for coming out.
LMPD says PBI focused on this street because of criminal activity, but it's unclear which metrics they used to choose Elliott Avenue over other crime-ridden blocks in the city. We reached out to the department, but haven't gotten a response. Meanwhile, public records show that since 2017, the city's land bank authority has acquired 22 properties here, or nearly 40% of the street. And it's in the process of foreclosing on 7 more. Many people who live in the West End do want investment in their neighborhoods. It's just that it rarely seems to benefit the community here in the way it's supposed to.
The PBI, place-based investigation, was this mysterious team. These they were there to assassinate and run Black people off their property on Elliott Street. That boyfriend, that ex-boyfriend that they were looking for, lived on Elliott Street as well. So they had already had him in custody, and they knew they did. Then they went over there thinking that Breonna Taylor was by herself to get Breonna Taylor, because her name was tied to the guy that they arrested. Okay, here we go, you guys. Who is this mysterious team, you guys? They were designed to come in the hood and assassinate you, you guys.
Elliott Avenue, which eventually led to Breonna Taylor's death, began back in December and was in fact the first investigation done by the newly formed Place-Based Investigations Unit.
I wasn't aware that we had such a unit.
I've not spoken to a single colleague on Metro Council who knew existed.
Questions swirl about the Louisville Metro Police Department's Place-Based Investigations Unit, 1 week after attorneys for Breonna Taylor's family filed a complaint claiming the PBI led the investigation that resulted in her death.
What exactly is their job? Who's in charge of it? What is their mission, and how does that work? Who do they take directions from?
According to LMPD, the PBI has 4 dedicated officers and 1 sergeant who use crime statistics to determine areas where criminal activity has led to high rates of violent crime. After exploring the idea for over a year, the department included the unit in a reorganization memo that was made public in November of 2019. An LMPD spokesperson says the PBI was modeled after similar units within the Cincinnati and Las Vegas police departments.
In Cincinnati, they had the community was involved, the
city's desire to redevelop the Russell neighborhood.
This isn't about investment in the West End. It's about the tactics being used, and those tactics are unacceptable.
Mayor Greg Fisher said he was dumbfounded by the accusation. Citing letters from the Attorney General's office and the FBI, Fisher maintains that he cannot release any information about the Taylor case.
We're wanting to know how closely linked is our police department with economic development.
Councilman Kevin Kramer says the Metro Council wants answers from LMPD.
Yep, you heard it. Some big willow within the police department is interested in that whole street on Elliott Street, right? It don't make sense, you guys, but that's what they were doing. Terrorizing neighbors, making up stuff, going into their homes like they did Breonna Taylor, you guys. So it was tied to this property.
And the mayor's office about who's pulling the strings when it comes to the PBI.
You would expect that police department then would make their decisions about where they needed to be and what they needed to do based on crime.
I'm going to go back to Elliott Street so y'all can see Elliott Street.
They had the community was involved, the city, and the police department. This wasn't a secret operation.
Lanita Baker, who represents Taylor's family, says the investigation into Elliott Avenue doesn't meet the PBI's own criteria. The complaint she and her co-counsel.
So this is Elliott Street. Y'all see this property? They wanted all of this stuff. They wanted all this whole street, y'all. It used to be homeowners, they're not rich, but they, how the land can be just passed down to you through generations. So this one of these homes right here is where they thought Breonna Taylor was in here living on this property along with the ex-boyfriend that they claimed was a drug dealer. This is what it was tied into, you guys. Elliott Street. Her death was tied to property.
Police interviews, court documents, and other public records. Focus Team investigative reporter Shane McAllister now has pieced together the night Breonna Taylor died, minute by minute.
Civil unrest on Louisville City streets. Weeks of protest, calls for change. But how did we get here? To understand, we have to go back to Thursday, March 12th. Judge Mary Shaw signs off on 5 warrants as part of a large narcotics investigation. 3 warrants were for properties on Elliott Avenue in West Louisville. Detectives wrote they were looking for drugs, weapons, electronics, and mail related to illegal drug activity. A 4th warrant was for a house on Muhammad Ali. And then this warrant for 26-year-old Breonna Taylor's South Louisville apartment. How was Taylor connected? She wasn't the main suspect in the case, but she was named on the warrant. Detectives say in January of this year, they witnessed their main suspect, Jamarcus Glover, arrive at Taylor's apartment, go inside, and then come back out with a package. Police say Glover then got...
Y'all know they lying. They lie. She had not seen that man in years, you guys. So let's just keep it running.
Into his car and drove to the Muhammad Ali address, which the detective called a known drug house. The warrant goes on to say that a U.S. postal inspector verified that Glover had been receiving packages at Taylor's apartment and that it is not uncommon for drug traffickers to receive mail packages at different locations to avoid detection from law enforcement. Detectives also wrote they believe Glover may be keeping narcotics or proceeds from the sale of narcotics inside Taylor's apartment for safekeeping. On the night of March 12th, Detective John Mattingly and several others were briefed on the plan. Mattingly says he drove by Taylor's apartment around 11:45 to scope it out. And then, around 12:30 on the morning of March 13th, officers parked in front of Breonna Taylor's building and walked up to her door.
When SWAT was doing their thing down at 2-4 in Madison, we went over, or Elliott, whatever it was. We executed ours at the same time.
About 10 miles away, officers executed a warrant at a different property on Elliott Avenue. There, police found their main suspect, Glover, and arrested him. Around 12:40, officers began to bang on Taylor's door, setting into motion the events that eventually led to her death.
Lay in bed. It's a loud knock at the door.
The detectives say they knocked on the door multiple times.
I knocked on the door, banged on it. We didn't announce the first couple because our intent was not to hit the door. Our intent was to give her plenty of time to come to the door because they said she was probably there alone.
But Taylor wasn't there alone. According to her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, he and Taylor were in bed watching a movie when they heard the knocks.
So it's a loud bang at the door. She pops up out of sleep. It scared her to death. Me too. Like, who is that?
Walker says they jumped out of bed, started getting dressed, and he grabbed his gun. At the same time, detectives took a battering ram against the door.
The door comes off the hinges. So I just let off one shot. I still can't see who it is or anything.
But Detective Mattingly says he saw them.
I'm face on about probably 20 feet away, right down the hallway. There's a bedroom door on the right, and there's the male and a female. The male's closest to the door, so he's to my right. And as I turn the doorway, he's in a stretched out position with his hands with a gun. And as soon as I clear, he fires. Boom.
Walker says shots started flying. He fell to the ground and dropped his gun. Mattingly was shot.
As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg. And so I just returned fire. I got 4 rounds off. And it was simultaneous. It's boom, 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 boom.
The detective says he fired 2 more rounds and then told other officers he'd been shot. It was called over the radio at 12:43 a.m., according to a CAD report provided by the mayor. Detective Miles Cosgrove fired shots from inside the apartment. Brett Hankinson blindly fired 10 rounds from outside through a patio door, according to his termination letter.
They're just shooting, we're both on the ground, and when all the shots stop, I'm panicking. She's right there on the ground, bleeding.
Records show 3 neighbors called 911 at 12:42, reporting shots near their apartment. 5 minutes later, after calling his mom, Walker dials 911.
911, operator Harris, where's your emergency? I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend. Okay, where are you located? I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4. 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4. And, oh my God. Okay, how old is your girlfriend? She's 26. Brittany, you said 26. Where was she shot at? I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Meanwhile, officers rushed to the scene on word of an injured detective. Officers on scene put a tourniquet on Mattingly's leg as they wait for EMS.
At some point, EMS shows up. It seemed like forever. I don't know how long it took.
Mattingly was rushed to University Hospital where he went into surgery. According to the Taylor family attorneys, 120 LMPD officers went to the complex in the hours after the shooting, but no one went into the apartment to provide aid to Taylor until Walker was called out.
I'm still yelling help because she's over here like coughing and like I'm just freaking out. But I'm on the phone with her mom now at this point. So they keep.
Remember, dog, she was still alive. They refused to help her.
Yelling, come out. So I'm like, okay, it's the police.
Walker says police told him to drop his phone, so he does. And then he walks backwards to the officers.
Yeah, I'm doing everything they're asking me to, slowly and surely. Like, I'm like scared to death.
Walker surrendered to police as SWAT moved into the apartment, finding an unresponsive Breonna Taylor on the hallway floor. Walker was arrested at the scene and taken to LMPD headquarters, where he was interrogated for several hours, the interview wrapping up around 5:30 in the morning.
Like, I literally don't understand this at all. I have no reason. Like, I don't understand at all why they would be knocking on her door unless it was a mistake. Like, at all. And I asked that out there a million times, like, why were y'all even at the door?
Remember, neither one of them have a criminal record. They both are hard-working young people. Right. Breonna was a paramedic, you guys, helping people out. And I don't know what kind of job he did, but he had a pretty decent job, you guys. Neither one of them had a record.
Nobody had an answer.
That's what we're here to figure out, man.
Walker was charged with attempted murder of a police officer, a charge that was later dismissed. Later that day, LMPD briefed the media about the incident.
Victim who died is we're still working through what her involvement was on the narcotics investigation. And her identity will be released by the coroner's office at a later date.
As police briefed the media, the Public Integrity Unit searched through Taylor's apartment. Getting a warrant right after the shooting, they spent much of the day collecting evidence, including blood, hair, fingerprints, clothing, guns, and electronics. 2 days later, on Sunday, March 15th, we first learned the name of the victim, the Jefferson County coroner identifying her as 26-year-old Breonna Taylor.
Part of our ongoing coverage as we continue to follow the case until Kentucky Attorney General Dan.
This is my brother reporting from the African Diaspora Show. Now, like I told y'all, in the Breonna Taylor case, the only person ever been arrested is Grandmaster Jay. And it's simply because this black man had the nerve to be proud of himself. So proud that he will organize his own black militia. Right? They cut that short. But anyway, this is the jury finds leader of black militia group guilty on 2 counts. Yes. He pointed a gun towards Cecilia, you guys, after one of the Breonna Taylor rally, and they said some cops was up there on the federal police or whoever they were up there, they're saying. So that's how they got him. I'm no legal expert, so I can't tell y'all the legitimate behind it, but here we go.
Well, if you remember Grandmaster Jay from the NFAC, and you remember he ended up getting arrested, by the feds. And he had his trial, and now he has finally been sentenced to 7 years in prison. His name is John Johnson. That is his government name. But, he was convicted of wanton endangerment for pointing an assault rifle at law enforcement officials on the roof. Now, his legal team says
they already filed an appeal, in the case. Now they say a Louisville, Kentucky judge sentenced, Grandmaster Jay to 7 years and 2 months in prison. They allege that he pointed the rifle at Louisville Metro police officers during a rally, by the NFAC. Now, Grandmaster Jay denies the allegation, stating that he said there was a threat, by teenagers on the roof. So that's what, ended up happening with Grandmaster Jay. Now, I knew, when I first saw the NFAC come out, I said, okay, who are these brothers? How they come out? Because this country is always going to try to neutralize any kind of militia, even the white ones, because yes, they do neutralize militias that are white because they view them as anti-government groups. People say, well, why black people can't practice?
Okay, so y'all, I'm there. You see over there as he speaks. Yeah, I was there too, covering the story. You're watching boots on the ground, and you're watching the aftermath. When this black man stood up for Breonna Taylor, all these black men standing up for Breonna Taylor, you notice they don't want to hear no excuses, no prayers, no singing, no nothing. Y'all gonna tell us something about Breonna Taylor. Because before Impact them came down to Kentucky, you guys, they were not getting nothing. They hadn't got anything until Impact come to town. So a lot of times it be the muscles behind these groups. They'll put the ones up front that's praying and singing and saying forgive you. That's who they put up front. But there have always been the muscles, like my group. It would be a muscles behind the civil rights movement. So you would never see us. You would never know us. And if you did, they would vilify us as being violent, That's why they taking them down. All right.
The Second Amendment rights, you can, whatever, you protect your home and things like that. But when you out here toting guns like that, you're going to get on the radar. Just bottom line. Why you think the Nation of Islam never really carried guns like that? They say that, they don't supposed to not even carry a penknife, the FOI, right? Because they know if all of them in the Nation of Islam was to start carrying like that, they would have been in trouble too. They know that. You have to be wise as a serpent. You have to when you're dealing with this white supremacist system. And I never heard.
They had a message for the crowd and a conversation with local city leaders. Jesse Cohen shares their message.
It was a long day as members of the NFAC started at Baxter Square, made their way down here to Jefferson Square Park, and then went back up towards 12th and Jefferson. We were there as they were gathering and getting ready for a long day, but then things changed. People ducking behind cars, medics running to help.
During one of our safety checks, one of our individuals accidentally fired their weapon.
We watched 2 people get taken away in an ambulance after getting shot. That's how the day started for the NFAC, who shortly after made their way downtown. And onto the steps of Metro Hall.
NFAC, not around.
There was much anticipated talk about other groups showing up.
We don't respond to threats. We didn't come here to fight anybody. Our mission has been said over and over again. We are here for the protection.
Crowds of protesters and the wild card command of the 3 percenters were the only others we saw.
We're here just to make sure that everybody remains calm, let the protesters do what they want, keep everybody safe.
And aside from the gunshot that went off earlier in the day, things did stay safe. Grandmaster Jay, the leader of the group, tells us this march was part 2 of their process. Part 1.
And that clear militia group, it was about 4 or 5 of them. And they left when Impact came. They were there early during the day, but they didn't want no parts of Impact. And as a matter of fact, I don't know why the news was trying to pit the black militia against the white militia, because that was not what it was all about. It was about getting justice for Breonna Taylor. The rest of that petty stuff that they were talking about wasn't even necessary because we came in peace.
And was talking to Attorney General Daniel Cameron about justice for Breonna Taylor.
Or if you tell me something that's not going to satisfy what these people want, I'm going to bring my people in just to emphasize that we really want the truth. And that's what today was. It's not just the people of Louisville that you owe an explanation to. You owe an explanation to Black people, period.
Now, he says if answers aren't provided in the next 4 weeks, they may come back to town.
Do I believe they can do it in 4 weeks when it normally takes 8 weeks? Well, let's just say I wouldn't want to be in their shoes if I didn't. The NFAC is not going anywhere. It's going to get bigger.
Grandmaster Jay tells us that they are looking at that 4-week timeline. And if answers aren't provided within the next 4 weeks, there is a chance that they'll be back in Louisville. For the Night Team, I'm Jesse Cohen.
Jesse.
So we come back to Louisville. Come right on back, child. Come on back.
Finished in 4 weeks. Jay talked with Cameron along with Metro Council President David James about
All in the formation, no talk. This is not a demonstration. This is not a goddamn protest. We ain't here to fucking overcome. We done with that shit. This is a black militia. If you fall in, you follow simple instructions. If you can't do that, get the hell out of my formation right now. Fall in, you line up behind the person in front of you. Make sure you got enough arm distance so you stick your finger touch their shoulders. Your weapons can be pointed down at the ground. Nobody's face on any trick. Your weapon should be on safe. If you have a weapon and it's not loaded, then you click it. You must be loaded to hold the flag. Have a pistol. After further orders, open to your weapon. Your weapon, you're going to give you a threat. Not the police. Came out and get dressed in another one. You find out about it, you're going to do it. If you get up face here, this ain't motherfucking Black Lives Matter, none of that other shit. Because they don't think I'm got it. We do. You ain't black real. You ain't ready to get your fucking life and get the fuck out of here right now. I'm gonna wait. Because somebody got the motherfucking foot. If the bullets are flying, we ain't out here to show. You didn't come out here today ready to show motherfuckers that we now. We gonna wait. We got a couple of rooms. No cell phone. I said you trying to line tree, build no fucking tree in my formation, you might get shot. I your goddamn phone, you can get your goddamn body shit. Yeah, let me tell y'all some good shit. Out of all the people who talk all that shit on the internet, and all y'all motherfuckers talking about y'all value and y'all done had enough. Look how many showed up. Yeah. These are real motherfuckers right here.
You're watching Impact, Boots on the Ground with BT.
There's another group just like you in Phoenix, Arizona right now listening to me. Looking at me. We're in two cities on both coasts at the same.
There I go, y'all, coming down the aisle.
Is a black militia. For all the white folks listening, we come to put you motherfuckers on notice. We tired of talking. We tired of working with you. We tired of all that shit. Y'all want to keep doing shit to us? We find out about it, we gonna do to it. This ain't motherfucking Black Lives Matter, none of that other shit. Because they don't think I'm got it. We do. You ain't motherfucking black real. You ain't ready to get your fucking life and get the fuck out of here right now. I'm gonna wait. Because somebody got the motherfucking foot. If the bullets are flying, we ain't out here to show. You didn't come out here today ready to show motherfuckers that we now. your way. We got a couple of rooms. Those trail phones. I said you trying to line tree, build your fucking bed in my formation, you might get shot. Your goddamn phone, you can get your goddamn body killed. Yeah, let me tell y'all some good shit. Out of all the people who talked all that shit on the internet, and all y'all motherfuckers talking about y'all bounty and y'all done had enough. Look how many showed up. These are real motherfuckers right here. I want y'all to understand that at the same time we doing this, there's another group just like you in Phoenix, Arizona right now listening to me, looking at me. We're in two cities on both coasts at the same damn time. I want y'all to understand that at the same time we doing this, there's another group just like you in Phoenix, Arizona right now listening to me, looking at me. We're in two cities on both coasts at the same damn time. Tired of working with you. We tired of all that shit. Y'all want to keep doing shit to us? From now on, whatever you do to us, we're gonna do to you. You ain't niggas y'all want to talk about this shit. We don't threaten. We don't scare because we don't care. We have nothing left to lose. Nothing. So everybody out here, we're gonna take a small walk. I'm gonna let y'all know that.
That was the Breonna Taylor story, you guys. I don't know if y'all familiar with what a trap house is. I don't know if y'all familiar with what a trap house is. A trap house is just a drug house. Now that's a shame that what they did was went over there and murdered that girl because of that property, you guys. They thought that she tied into some of this ownership of that property. Anybody that owned property in Elliott Street, they were in danger with that mysterious SWAT team, you guys. That man, that her husband, her boyfriend started shooting because they had on plain clothes and kicking the door down. You thinking you getting ready to get robbed. So what did he do? He did what he's supposed to do. Kenneth, that's her boyfriend name, is Kenneth Walker. He did what he's supposed to do. Protect his home and his woman. He ended up shooting one of them in the leg, and they made that whole thing about Breonna Taylor, about that cop getting shot in the leg, said that, try to swing it, that he was shooting at the cops. But guess what else behind the scenes, you guys? I'm going to tell y'all something. They did not start releasing anything, no kind of videos or anything until InFact came on the scene. In fact, it was Grandmaster Jay that got to the bottom of this. They had to go ahead on and start releasing those behind the scene files when it comes to that trap house. You know, we in the hood, he in the streets. We in the hood. We talking to the people in the hood. They gonna tell you the real truth, what it was all about. And that's when we discovered that about Elliott Street. You goes on Elliott Street, and sure enough, it's already documented that this is what happened. Now that day, that judge should have been fired. That judge should sign 4 bench warrants that night. They gonna call her in the middle of the morning to sign some bench warrants. She didn't even look at me. Allegedly, she signed, and one of those bench warrants was for them for that mysterious SWAT team. Y'all heard the city councilman, the mayor. Nobody appoint these race soldiers now. She signed it for them to go in that woman's house, called a no-knock warrant. You guys go in that woman's house. And so that's how she was murdered. But all those people on Elliott Street, they ran them off, terrorized them and ran them off. Y'all thought that back in the 1800s, y'all thought that was behind the scenery. Y'all know how they ran them out with Black Wall Street, how they ran them out on Black Wall Street. Y'all know of so many cases where when Esau wants your community, he just take it. You thought that was in the past. It was not in the past. That was what the Breonna Taylor case was about, economic and property, you guys. It sounds crazy, but it is. That old trap house right there is why they say that Breonna Taylor had connection with the ownership of that place, and that her and her boyfriend used that house, was theirs, on Elliott Street to sell drugs out of it. It was a made-up story. But what we're going to say about this young lady, Breonna Taylor, she kind of remind me of my daughter in that my daughter was a paramedic, and so was she. She was an EMT, a paramedic, you guys. Breonna Taylor did not die right away. Breonna Taylor was laying on that floor. When they went in there, in that house, Breonna Taylor, they said she was still coughing. She was still alive. And what did they do? The race soldier that had been hit in the leg or arm or something, they focused on him. They told Breonna Taylor's mother, first of all, on the report, the police report says that nothing happened. They went in there, nothing happened. Nothing. Everybody, all was well. They didn't mention nothing on the initial police report. Nothing is on there, but everything went well. There was no violence. There was no confrontation, no nothing. That's the initial police report, you guys, right? But we do know, and then let me tell you what else they did. They knew all the time that Breonna Taylor was still in there alive. They told that woman mother that she had been shot. This is what they telling the mom now. She had been shot and she was in a hospital. Knowingly that Breonna Taylor was still in the house laying on the floor alive and suffering and when nobody helped her. Mom said she went from hospital to hospital looking for her baby. She lost all that time. She came back there and found out that her baby was still in that house on the floor. When she came back, they were taking her on that stretcher. By now, she had deceased, you guys. They could have saved her life. They didn't want to save her life. Let's see what happened. What happened now with Mr. That man was unjustly, and it was unjustly charged, y'all. They, out of all them people that was in that house on that SWAT team, none of them was charged. Only person was charged was Grandmaster J. Let's see what happened, what they charged him with, you guys. Let me read this to y'all. Indeed, I was putting money on his books. You guys, we got political prisoners in there that we don't think about. They be out here fighting for our rights. These are the grassroots people that you would never know about. You would know about all those, the big time people like Al Sharpton and what's the guy that always come, that lawyer, the black lawyer. He always come and he get rich off of black people death. So this is what happened to Grandmaster J. Louisville, Kentucky. His name is John Johnson, y'all. If y'all look him up, he ran for president on the independent ticket. Just thinking they would have made that man president. He would have been for all the people, you guys. Yes, he would have been. For Louisville, Kentucky, the leader of a pro-gun group that stages armed protests against police violence. has been charged with pointing a rifle at that federal office while in Kentucky for a demonstration during the Breonna Taylor case. John F. Johnson calls himself Grandmaster J. Y'all get it? Yeah, y'all getting mixed up with the rapper, but this is Grandmaster J. He was arrested Thursday on a federal charge at his home in Winchester, Ohio. The U.S. Attorney Office says Johnson pointed an AR-style rifle at the officer who were on a roof in downtown Louisville on September the 4th. Johnson Group is known as INFACT means Not Fucking Around Coalition. That's what it stands for. The all-black militia group, often demonstrate against white supremacists and police violence. Johnson faced a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison if convicted of the charge. So yeah, you guys, he's out. He's out now, you guys. Yeah, he went, and then everybody in that group, those men in that group, they was trying to take him down one at a time, trying to find some kind of charge to dismantle this black militia group. In fact, it's the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, you guys. Yeah, they don't treat us like we supposed to have the right to bear arms, right? And we look at Tamir Rice, that little bitty baby who was just a baby. Nothing happened to that race soldier because he said that this guy was swinging a little gun around. When Tamir Rice case, that was sad too, because that man, that the race soldier that killed him had some kind of problem. Everywhere he went, he got fired because of his mental status. You guys, he was trigger happy everywhere he went. And then they hired that man, and that man went in on a job a week when he did that with Tamir Rice, you guys. But anyway, the black woman is always overlooked, y'all, and we bear the brunt of violent crime, y'all. They said in let's just see what this says. It says that in 2023, black women faced the highest rate of victimization, 272 violent crimes per 1,000 women, right? And then they said that most of the time, black women, when they come, like we can see that with Melody in court today, y'all. Let's just think. They said that they usually dismiss her feelings or dismiss everything she says, or they often don't believe the black woman when she comes through court, you guys. That's if she coming through court alive. Because if we look at Melody, this stuff that Melody going through, she should never have. This court case should have been closed. You know that. Y'all know that this is a domestic violence case, but they dismiss it as a domestic violence case. But when also black women is always treated as suspect, right? If we go in there and claim that somebody done SA us, we're committed with suspect. We are never innocent to prove guilty, although we mostly be the victim, you guys. And also it says research bears out that the crimes committed against black people in general are less likely to be solved by law enforcement. I'm telling y'all, I'll be out there. I'm telling y'all, y'all don't know how many lynchings I done seen, how many lynchings they had to cut down in front of my face from 2000 up to now. There have been more lynching in the United States than it was in the 18th century. And you know why? They don't have a law against lynching black people. What they say now is suicide. So that'll be the next assignment. That's going to be my last assignment. I'm going to show y'all. The next assignment I went on some of them lynchings assignment. I'm going to take y'all with me on one of those assignments, y'all. Yeah. But anyway, either way, when that man got lynched, his name was Mr. Sykes, right? It was barely no coverage. It was right almost in my backyard, y'all. That's why had retired, but I came out of retirement to help cover that case because I knew that family. It was right down there in Douglasville, Georgia, almost in my backyard. But anyway, when we talk about Black women, she is less likely to receive news coverage. Black women and Black little girls. Even if you put her in the same similar circumstances with other ethnic group, she still is less likely to receive coverage or have all these other groups advocating for us. We always out there advocating for everybody, y'all. They got all these women's rights against violence against women, but we don't fall. They ignore us. They don't ever come out. When you see a Black woman killed, you usually don't see all these white women groups coming out in our defense, you guys, like we do them. If one of them get hurt, we're coming out and we're trying to build a sisterhood with them. So I said, we have to stop this and just start thinking about ourselves, you guys. But anyway, some of these Black lawmakers need to be rejected too, because they're up there working there, whether they're white on the inside but Black on the outside, and they're up there making laws that would affect us. Yes. All right then, y'all. What do y'all think about this Breonna Taylor case, y'all? Did y'all know that that's what was behind the Breonna Taylor case was economics, you guys? Yeah. Pamela saying good morning. All right. Cece saying good morning, Earth Journey. And Linda Gamble and everyone. Thanks for being here, Linda Gamble. I sure do appreciate you, Linda. I really do. I think about you all the time because you are just so dedicated to everyone. Every content creator of here, you are just so dedicated. Thank you to Be For Real. Yeah, Ben Crump. A lot of y'all don't know Ben Crump like I do. Because see, the thing about it is with Ben Crump is always there where I'm at. But y'all would never see that. What would they focus on? They gonna focus on Ben Crump. Because Ben Crump up there asking everybody to forgive. Your loved one just deleted by these race soldiers. And Ben Crump will tell you that you have to forgive in order for y'all to receive money. Hold on, y'all. Let me answer this phone call. Okay, yeah, Ben Crump, you know, he do cases that is high profile. Now, when he was down there with Breonna Taylor, you guys, Breonna Taylor's mother was suffering, right? But Breonna Taylor's mother was instructed that, you know, she got to get up there and pretend like she done forgave these soldiers that done killed her loved one. And that's how he instructed them to do. You not Mike Brown. Was it Mike Brown? Tamir Rice's mother. He came in on that case. Tamir Rice's mother would not do it. She said she would not get up there and say that she forgive that race soldier that did that to her baby. And so, you know, he told her, well, he can't represent her if she don't do that, because he said they would not pay. They're not gonna pay anything out if you get up there behind this microphone and don't forgive the people that have deleted your child. So oftentimes we have to look at them as like they're our Jesus, our Savior or something, and we have to forgive them. We've been taught that we have to forgive them, but you never see them. Anytime one of our people delete them, you would never see a clear person get on that microphone and say that she forgive this person, this Black person that had deleted her child. We got to stop doing that, y'all. We got to stop doing that. Stop forgiving these people. I mean, if you feel you can forgive when you want to forgive, but if you feel hurt Get up there and express yourself if you hurt. And it's nothing wrong with taking up for your loved one, y'all. That thing with Mr. Bolton. Y'all remember Mr. Bolton when Amber Guyber, I never forget that girl. She went in there in that man's house, kicked the door down and deleted him. Do y'all remember that? And so when they had that trial, they had her trial, everybody was hugging on her. The brother got up and hugged her. She was crying. The brother deceased got up and hugged her, told her he wanted to be her friend. You had the judge got up, started rubbing her head. They were all pampering this lady that clearly had deleted this man in cold blood. She had no remorse. But everybody, all the chocolate people in that room had all the remorse for that demon that was sitting over there. It's something about us that we've been programmed to look at them in a different way, even when they hurt us. Well, we don't look at it. If it was one of us, black on black crime, y'all know that they will be getting the smoke. Nobody won't be getting forgiven. Let's see what y'all are saying. What a lot of the ladies that was recently unalived by of them when she called because she heard noise in her yard. Michael Bird, it's so many of them. I don't know which one you're talking about, but it's been a lot of them. And recently that happened to me. I was so afraid. Y'all, this happened to me that I was so afraid of this person. I'm going to tell y'all, my car had a hit and run, right? And so for some reason, we always on the suspect. So they didn't believe my story about the hit and run. So they got me on the investigation with the insurance. That woman talked to me so low down. She treated me so bad. I was afraid. I'm like, oh no, she won't be coming to my house. She reminded me of one of these race soldiers that would come in your yard and delete you because she wanted to come in my yard and inspect the car. But with the way that investigator was talking to me, I'm like, I'm not taking no chance with this woman. But anyway, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a lot of, we'll call them most innocent thing, be innocent, and then you end up being deleted. And we just saw that with the young lady in her home, right? Where the man talking about she was going to pour some hot water on him or some hot grits or something on him. Y'all remember that case just happened? Yeah. So it's so many of that. So I don't know if y'all knew that what was going on behind the scenery. We had all these black men, in fact, came down and stood up for Breonna Taylor, you guys. Oh, Sonia Massey. Yeah, I remember Sonia Massey, you guys. Sonia Massey is another one that did not get barely any coverage. It's this little black girl I want to bring to y'all too. It's two little black girls. Both of them were 7 years old that was deleted by some race soldiers and nothing happened to them too. But we can go on and on and on. Okay, you guys, thanks for being here, Queen Common Sense. And BAP says cannot deal with the South due to so many hateful acts towards blacks. I did not like visiting the South when I got older. I stayed away. Yeah, unfortunately, BAPS was all over the United States. But you're right. The South was known for being hateful. As a matter of fact, that's what was the Civil War was about, right? The South did not want to give up slavery. That's what the Civil War was about, you guys. Yeah. It was, and it's just so strange that they were, the Democrat is the one that want to give us slavery. They were, and we were not Democrats. We were Republicans at that time. All right, we're going to get into love and marriage. Huntsville is 131. And oh yeah, let me briefly talk about this. Y'all know, I'm going to briefly talk about this too. Y'all do know what happened now. I spent yesterday trying to find Alabama A&M. Everything I found about Alabama A&M and homecoming was on their campus. I don't know. I watched another content creator was showing one of Wanda's live, and that was called that Mid City, right off of University Drive. That place always like that. Wanda was down there. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna go by the stage. I'm gonna dance in front of. She wanted to dance in front of Big Luke. I guess she want to get Big Luke attention, you guys. But anyway, Uncle Luke. But anyway, you guys, I don't know what was the outcome. I don't know if Uncle Luke came or not. But what I can tell y'all about Alabama A&M, they don't have to have they spots down there or any other place, because A&M just built a whole football stadium, you guys. A&M auditorium is huge. A&M have many recreation centers where they play basketball at. They got a gym. They have so many places to have this event rather than taking it outside, right? To that spot where, what was it called, y'all? That spot where, that was Marceau spot where he did. Marceau spot, right? We didn't see A&M not one time. But anyway, everything was free. What we do know about that event, every year it's free. Homecoming is free, you guys. All over the United States, homecoming is free. So, and it was by the alumni. But Martel, Marceau, tried to pretend like this was his event, that everybody came out to see this. Let's see what this said. Yeah. So we do know on this that breaking news, ticket scam and this is wanted by A&M alumni because it's a free event. We did see the interview with him talking to Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke did not make no contract with this man, and he knew that. So Uncle Luke kind of got kind of confused there, but he did act like he was irritated at Marceau. Marceau did not talk like a businessman. Marceau was talking like a little teenager, like he was trying to impress the two little young boys on the side of him. But anyway, when I find out where A&M had their event, I will let y'all know. I could have did a few phone calls, y'all. I got lazy when it comes to the Scots. When it comes to the Scott, you know, you ain't got to go prove that they're liars no more. You just don't. You always know that they're lying. The thing of it is, well, nobody didn't have no problem with him celebrating the homecoming, you guys. The problem is that you hijacking it and saying that you started the homecoming. That this was your program. You were responsible in it. It's nowhere. And when I watch A&M coverage, homecoming coverage, they brought their two guests up there. It was a lady and a man that was alumni of Alabama A&M and was giving back, always donating to the school. They were billionaires, and they always donated to the school. I don't know their names, but I watched them. Those were the two people was their honorary guests for homecoming. That ticket that y'all saw with Marceau was the stuff that Marceau now made up. Y'all never did see an Alabama A&M ticket. Y'all only saw the tickets that they made. And y'all did see the one ticket saying they're not like us. That is, you could tell for that gave them away right there, because that's Melody. That was stole from Melody. But anyway, you know, homecoming, hopefully everybody had a good time. Now that event that that other content was showing, I think it was a gay pride event, you guys. That Wanda was at. Wanda don't know what she was at. She was acting so ignorant. So if y'all go over there and look at, I tell y'all where to go look at it at when Tay Talk shows Wanda went live. Wanda was acting so ignorant, and people were just looking at her like, oh, who is this fool? Nobody acts like this, right? Loud, obnoxious, ignorant, and at the same time lying. But anyhow, I don't believe that was an A&M event. It could have been, but I don't believe it. And that spot right there is located off of University Drive. It's always like that. That's where everybody go hang out at. That's what, and it's new. The spot is new. So Black people in Huntsville have found somewhere to go and party and hang out with. Everybody parties and hang out there. And as a matter of fact, one was talking about, look at all these people here. Look at the line so long. All these people here for Black. We wouldn't have been able to have this at Black. And the woman knowing she lying, still trying to perpetrate a fraud to us as if this was, everybody was there to see my soul, y'all. Okay, let me keep it rolling. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm finna get ready to show love and marriage Huntsville. But what we're going to run into is this man right here. This man right here. You know what? That part, that I knew the building license, right? Y'all went over there and saw Pinky what he did with the builder license. You can put the puzzles together. Now, when Melody was fussing with Bedbug tried to shade her and told her that she filed bankruptcy, like if she was throwing off at she was trying to shade Melody. Melody said, I had to. Your boyfriend filed bankruptcy first. If not, all that would have fell back on me because he was using this woman's hopes, going out there still trying to build, scam people on no license and no insurance. So Melody got from under that, right? Y'all remember, he went in there one day when Melody was filming, and he went in there and tore the place up, and he assaulted one of the makeup artists or whatever. It was so bad because he found out that Melody had snatched the builder license from under him. Now look at this. How he really was pissed off. How are you going to think that this woman is divorced from you? You said that your bed bug was everything to you, right? So if she everything to you, then you don't have nothing. You don't need nothing from Melody. Go get your bed bug to pass that test for you, and y'all start something. Why Melody had to continue on taking care of you and your bed bug? But this man so low down, y'all, till he went behind. Y'all gonna hear it. I'm like, how did I miss that? He went behind Melody back and went to the developer and said, do not sell the Melody. He said, sell the 47 acres to me. Don't be bought. And then he said, told him, don't even listen to what's his name, Chris. But everything backfired on him. You will hear Fred was saying, well, who owns the license? And he gonna tell Fred that he don't have no builder license. That's going to be Fred first time. So I'm going to put that on through, you guys. But yeah, and on that same track, we got a young man that it is so hurt, you guys. Now, this is a little different spin right here. His name is Kristen, you guys. His name is Kristen, and he is totally, look like he's about to have a mental breakdown. But what happened is that he is saying that some powerful man keeps trying to do things to him, inappropriate things to him, and he don't like it. This man was almost in tears. He said that because he in that industry, it's a lot of that goes on, and he do not want to sell his soul. All he want to do is be able to look into the mirror and be happy with himself. He don't want to sell himself just for a part. But a lot of people, he keeps saying a black billionaire. This black billionaire even came to my house. I thought he was going to offer me this part I've been asked for. Instead, he tried to do something with me. And, so his name is Kristen. Y'all remember that other guy too. When men's come out and said that they've been, SAs, when they've been SAs, we look at it strange. So we need to change this because we need our little boys that are being molested to be able to come out and talk to us. So y'all going to see that. Well, let's get into what some of the fans are saying about Martel, you guys. I'm going to have to make this bigger, you guys, so I can see. What are the fans saying about Martel? Says it's about Martel and the kids. If you watch the kids around Martel, this is what Roxy R say. They are nervous and uncertain about their safety. They are not free to be children. It's like they're a soldier and he's the drill sergeant. I think so too, Roxy. Those children are terrorized around this man. Chi said, it's so sad. And then Lisa Love said, those poor kids have to tiptoe on pins and needles around him, trying not to trigger him. Remember how he yelled at Miss Man at the skate party? That's normal behavior for a narc, you guys. Yes. Yeah, you guys, it's sad that those children, they always look sad when they with their dad. If y'all notice those children when they with Melody, they just so happy. And Melody do things to make her children happy, you guys. Yes, she do. Let's see what this one say right here. Let's see what the fans are talking about this man. This man right here, even his kids are in danger around him, right? We also saw where Melody had to take it, even father, she had to take it to court. The court document says that he is violent around his children, right? The court document had to take the children away for a few days. What, 57 days? Yeah, so it's just the same thing, y'all. Yeah, I put that back up there. That's the same thing. Let's see what this one say. We just fans speaking out. I don't know what I got this here for. All right, let's read what this one say. I don't think this one have no relationship with that. It's something about male and nail. Anyway, let's see. This one say, I never trusted Nell. Yeah, y'all, where Nell at? That reminds me, Nell is not on the list. Not on the list, what you call it? On that Photoshop. You have the Fletchers, you have the Fletcher missing, and you have Stormy Nell missing. But anyway, Gene Campbell said, I never trusted Nell. I knew she was going to come for Mel. They are so jealous of her. Nell is too old for her age to be acting like a kid. Now, all of them act like kids. Every last one of them, you guys. They're very emotional, immature, except for Melody. Mel didn't compare herself to Jesus. Mel gave an example about Judas betraying Jesus. Nell is too old to be hanging with those young ladies anyway. Yeah, that's what she was referring to. This young lady is talking about, Miss Jean Cameron is talking about when Nell got on that. Nell was she was talking about her and behind her back, sitting up there, right up there under Melody, and saying that Melody done got beside herself. Them fans done gave Melody the big head. That's what they're saying, you guys. All right. The next one, that's not my Cash App anymore. My Cash App is $Titanic65. PayPal me on my booking comp is still the same. Now, Miss Robbins said, hi, BT. So good to see you, your content today. Keep up the amazing work. Gene Campbell is on it. Miss BT, if you didn't have me laughing, then nobody, if Moses wanted Big D, Destiny, he had enough time to marry her. And Moses said Destiny wasn't wife material. Well, they neither one of them. Moses not marriage material neither, y'all. And she's still dumb enough to be fighting over him after he showed everybody who he wanted. Yep, wherever the opportunity is, that's where he gonna be at. That's my opinion of him, but I still wish them luck. They say that the Scott sister it's an owner of a new bar. Now I saw that location of that new bar is in Madison, Alabama, you guys. So Madison, Alabama, but the place that my soul was advertising was in Huntsville, Alabama. That we call that Mint City, y'all. And right there, I'm telling you, it's always crowded like that. One was just so excited. You can tell she come out of the woods, don't go nowhere. She's so excited. Oh, look at all these people. All these people. Oh, look at that land. That's what she was saying, you guys. I'm like, one, it's always like that. This ain't nothing new for me. Anyway, okay, I'm finna put this to, this is Maso and Mr. Fred, y'all. I mean, this is Hotel and Mr. Fred. Yeah, Hotel and Fred. Martel sure was backstabbing Melody. He thought he was backstabbing her, but it sure did backfire on him because nobody wanted him. He might have wanted them to deal with them, but he thought he had it made. He just thought Melody was going to just go down to the slump, and it was the opposite because you have no builder license. So all eyes is on Martel right now. Y'all know that Martel has taken Melody, trying to get Melody back in court. We know that most of the things that he has on there with the Melody struck back. Oh no, I'm not going to sit down and take this. So Melody got some of the stuff off of those documents struck completely off the list. Okay, now this is about this builder license, right? It's been surrounding his building license. He's going to go and talk to Fred now. But what's so interesting about this, he went behind Melody back, right? He went behind her back. He went behind everybody back, talked to the developer, and said that he was going to buy that 40 acres behind Melody back. He was trying to get ahead of Chris. Chris had already notified him, this man, that the developers wanted to work with Melody and not him. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Even if he would have had a business license, they wouldn't work with him anyway, because his work is, according to the clients, his work is very defective, right? He does illegal and defective things. So before I goes into that, let's just see what he's talking about. We started from the beginning, you guys. It's going to be about Fred, him and his builder license, right? Do y'all remember? You remember when he went and told that house up? They were filming. He was pissed off because he found out that Melody had snatched the builder license from under him. He was upset about that now. Melody is divorced from this man. And then he got his girlfriend on national TV talking about how this man taking her hard-earned money that she worked for day and night and giving it to her and taking care of her. No way am I going to allow this man to stay under my license. Get your own license. Here you go.
So I appreciate everything, man. I'll get back with you later on.
That's Fred Atkins. Fred Atkins is really a home builder. I watched Fred build that home from Natalie, from scratch, from when he first tilted the dirt. All I saw my son do there was one time I saw him, the beginning of it, when he was putting the shovel in the ground, and then next time the house was finished, him and Big Bug in 2023 was on there. He was making Big Bug put trash up out the yard. I often wonder why Carlos didn't bring this man on, saying that this man ain't no fake, right? Let's just listen to Martel talk to Fred about his business, about his building license.
Okay. What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
How's it going?
Man, tired. Man.
I see you got it cleaned up, ain't it?
Yeah, we got it cleaned up, man.
Fred Ackland, he is
So one thing I noticed about all these men on Love and Marriage Huntsville, you never see them work. You see Fred working, y'all, but he's not a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You always see them posing. You never see Martel work. You never see none of them men. The Scotts brothers work. Marie's supposed to be a lawyer. You never see him in court. My soul supposed to be commercial building. You never see him building. So with Martel. So all these men on Love and Marriage Huntsville, the core 6 men, you never see them working. Frankly, Ken is on there now. Where do Ken work at? Why did they bring Ken on there? Where do these people work at on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Even Stormy husband, Stormy take care of that man. That big old lazy man don't work nowhere.
my business partner. He holds the home builder's license and the general contractor license. And Fred and I, we've known each other for a few years. So he's kind of allowed me to become his business partner. So he saw in me value that could help him in terms of growing his business as well. And I almost feel
You see how this man lied? He said, check this out now. They are business partner. He see what kind of potential, how he could help the business grow for Fred, you guys. That's what he just said. Here we go.
I'm putting these boots on, man.
Yeah,
hey,
I know.
Hey, it feels good to be putting them back on and getting busy again, you know. I'm looking up. That's it, man.
That's good.
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
Glad to see you back in the booth, man. And back out here, man.
Yeah, man, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I wasn't all the time up and nothing. You know, I lost my businesses. I lost, Whole Custom Homes, you know.
You see? Now he lost Whole Custom Home. He lost his business. You don't say nothing about Melody now. So when we first hear this, he go all over the country, over the United States, about he's the breadwinner. He does everything. Now we find out that the dude didn't do nothing.
Yeah. So, and I just appreciate the position that you was in to help me.
Yeah.
You took me in and we moving with it. You know what I'm saying? Took my experience, my expertise, and you welcomed me in, and I appreciate that.
Ain't even good to see.
Now, this is what there's on the table. But this man is a businessman. You gonna work with me. You having this talk with me. But if you're gonna work with me, you gotta have your business license. Now he thought that he was gonna come in and be like a parasite. Fred do everything while he reap the benefit and get the credit.
Man, you come through that curve, man.
Yeah, got to.
Anything I could have did, I'd do it again.
So yeah, I'm looking to take my home builder's license by the end of this month. Mel, she was the life.
Y'all saw that. Y'all saw Fred didn't know. You talking to this man, ain't telling this man the truth. This is why the man tell you, okay, come on, you can come on board with me. He didn't say he's gonna make him a partner, but he just learning at this moment that he don't have his builder license.
Since holder at Whole Custom Homes, but now it's.
I'm turn back a little bit.
And you welcome me in, and I appreciate that.
Ain't even good to see it, man. You come through that curve, man.
Yeah, got to.
Anything I could have did, I'd do it again.
So yeah, I'm looking to take my home builder's license by the end of this month. Mel, she was the license holder at Whole Custom Homes, but now it's me. It's Martel now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put my best foot forward.
Honestly, so we met a few years back. I with your skills and what you knew, I always thought you were the license holder. I just did not know that she held the card.
Yeah.
Why didn't you never already have it? Man.
I took the test. I failed it.
I didn't know that she held the cards. I didn't know that she was the boss. I didn't know that she was the brains behind it. Why didn't you take advantage of it while you were with her? She passed the test. Why didn't you let her tutor you? He don't want to do it, you guys. He wants it to be laid out like she have always did. You do everything. And he even told Fred that when Fred was building that home on Nellie, he told Fred that he wanted him to do everything, and he meant it.
Okay, she took it, passed him. I'm like, damn, you ain't even been no job sites. It's like you ain't, like she studied that thing, you just knocked this down. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And I mean, I wasn't tripping. I mean, it's my wife. To be expecting, I get it. I'm out here for help. I'm out here in the field, and you pass the test, it's all good. You know, we're making the money. That's it. So, yeah, man. So, but now it's just like a different approach. You can't depend on nobody like that when it comes down to your well-being and things like that. You know.
Even as we expand together, it's going to still benefit us both for you to have it. Yeah. It's going to definitely be necessary for you, man. Just because your brand, your name, you'll be able to be on the front of that, man. When you hold that license yourself, man, you'll sign those contracts. Right. You'll be on the...
So that's what he was doing, you guys. He was going around tricking people, deceiving people, right? He knew he didn't have his driver license. Y'all know, y'all heard it over there with Pinky. He didn't have his he didn't have his builder license at all. What did he do? He get down here, one couple, he was just adding on, right? They want to make something bigger, their home bigger. What did he do? He messed it up. I mean, just left them high and dry, never did complete it, and they kept begging him, no call, no show. Finally, they took him to court. This is the first couple now. The first couple took him to court, and he won because he said he was under bankruptcy. Now, check this out. They granted it to Martel, but the couple later on, somebody helped them and said, well, look, y'all got to go back to court because he was being deceitful. He had no builder license. He had no builder insurance. So they took him back to court. This time, the judge ruled in their favor. The judge had to retract everything. He said if he would have knew all of that, he wouldn't have ruled in Martel's favor. Well, you guys, that wasn't enough. He did it a second time. This time on Stag Run. I think I got some videos of Stag Run. This time on Stag Run, you guys. Stag Run. That's the name of a street, a subdivision, where this man went and told us he gonna build the home from scratch. What it was so defective, you guys. And what is so funny to me was that what he had to do, cut corners. I was reading, me and Peter were reading that, and he showed that they had a nice gate, you know, the white picket fence when you first walk there. But when you walk through the house and look in the backyard, it ain't no fence. My son, Martel didn't have no fence at all. He just was fooling them just to get by. When you walk through the back door, the lady said, I need you to finish this fence. I need to set the two sides to the fence and the back of the fence. He had it. Y'all, it's so funny. This man just had the front sitting up there like if they were in the fence with the house. And she named it. What about the washer and dryer in the house, y'all? That washer, you need to get me a dishwasher in here. A dishwasher that matched my other appliances. So she had all these kitchen appliances with mismatched. Now let me tell y'all what I suspect that he did. We got this thing when I was looking for a house in Huntsville to buy. And them foreclosure home, people would go in there, they would take the air conditioner, they would take the dishwasher out, commodes, whatever they need for their homes, they will go in there, take them out, and put it in their own home. And I bet you that's what he did. That sucker right there was in the buy no brand new dish. She said that the dishwasher need to match my other appliances in my kitchen. Oh Lord, and then you can go on and on and on and on and on, where he was just finding stuff, piecing stuff, just throwing it in the kitchen. The refrigerator that matched, the stove didn't match. Oh, there's nothing matched in that kitchen. But anyway, you guys, that's why Melody says, look at him. When coleslaw was telling us, yeah, you filed for bankruptcy. And guess what? She said, yes, I had to keep all your boyfriend shit from coming down on me. Because he kind of be sneaky. They suing hoax, but he kept on in that document, hoax and hoax, and having pulling Melody in there. Here we go, you guys.
Right. Yeah. And no one can ever, try to take anything from you.
100%. I always thought that Melody and I, we would be together forever, but it didn't turn out that way.
You see that? Forever. He never thought that Melody was gonna leave him. He could keep everybody. He like bed bug ain't going nowhere. She'll tell him. So he's free to do what he want with bed bug. But that's what he thought, that his wife was gonna be there forever. She was gonna be this woman that go out there, make all the money, and take care of him and all his paramours and his illegitimate child.
And now I'm starting over, and this time I want to be completely on my own. Feel good about all of this, man. I really do.
Yeah, man.
So also, I've been talking about the 47 acres.
Right.
So like right now, they gave me the first right to purchase like the 44 lots. Wow.
He's lying. Y'all know that man lying. He's saying that it impressed Fred. Okay, let me keep it going.
Yeah, so we need to get this written up like ASAP.
Okay.
After all the work that I put into the 47 acre deal, I didn't see a reason for me to be left out of it. So before Melody or Chris come into play, I really convinced the developer already to allow me to build the 44 houses on the 44 lots. So, my guy Chris.
So he went behind her back. He's always plotting now. He gonna convince them to let him build, and he was gonna reap the money and forget my kids and Melody. Let me see how this play out, you guys. I didn't see this coming.
He approached Melody to be the builder.
Okay.
Oh, I see your face.
No, I'm not. You look. No, not like that. They shaded. I just.
Yeah. So he approached Melody, to possibly be the builder. I got a little upset about that. He promised that to me a year ago.
Right.
It was a shocker.
Look at Fred. Oh, Fred, like, how you gonna be the builder? You ain't got no license. Said the man promised to him a year ago. This man don't realize that what he do affects his job. This mess with how he got bed bug and having an outside baby, we know that happens, right, you guys? We know it happened, but we don't ever see the multitude of this man allowing his paramour to terrorize and taunt his family. This don't go well with people in the business world, because you have to realize that Melody is the one being on those meetings. Melody is the one that be on the board. Melody, not him. Let's keep it going. This man is low down. He behind her back, trying to make sure that she don't get nothing.
To me, considering that I brought him in to be the realtor on it.
Wait a minute, let's go. Let's see this over, you guys.
No, not like that. Not shading. I just
Yeah. So he approached Melody, to possibly be the builder. I mean, I got a little upset about that. He promised that to me a year ago.
Right.
It was a shocker to me, considering that I brought him in to be the realtor on it. I brought the buyer to the table.
Right.
You should definitely go to my ex-wife to ask her to be the builder.
She got a GC license?
No. I'm talking about on the residential
side.
Yeah, because she still got her home builder's license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was already going to get my home builder's license, but Chris offering Melanie the opportunity to build on the 44 lots really hit home. So I definitely need to get my own license because I cannot be relying on anyone else, not Melody, not Fred, no one, because you never know what the future holds.
I went to the divorce thing years ago, man. I understand kind of how that works, man, and how it can be.
Everything is still fresh.
Okay.
With us, and I understand.
Take a little time.
There we go. Everything will go straight.
I saw you, man, like in a trauma place. So, man,
he was traumatized because of that money. Yeah, he thought that girl was supposed to stay there and let him dog her out, misuse and mistreat her and those children. But look, y'all, more than low down, he wanted to snatch every dime away from her. This man is so low down that he would never ever see his kids do better than he do. Yeah, that's why he tried to do everything he can to block money from coming into that household to feed his children. Then had the nerve to try to block Melody from going out and making money to sustain his poor kids, you guys.
And whatever you do now, I'm saying, like, for real, be about you, man. Like I don't want to ever see you again. Like you're in a position where you was taken.
We're gonna move forward though, man, and try to keep accomplishing, keep building it.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, like I said, I appreciate everything you do. Yep,
no doubt.
Most definitely.
That's what he gonna do, you guys. He gonna keep on building. That's what Fred gonna do, but not you.
Passed over all of these to get to 16. I'm passed over all of, because this is a long paperwork. That's a lot of paperwork. So I have passed over a lot because I'm not reading all this stuff, okay? But I want y'all just to see the signatures. You see that signature there, right? That's Martel's signature. Okay? The couple's signature is already covered up under pink. The couple's address down here at the bottom is covered up in the pink. But let's talk about the additional provisions in that little box there. This is some of the F-ups that he had messed up on this house, okay? Just some, not all. Seller to contribute to up to $2,800 toward the purchaser's closing costs, including prepaids, escrow, a half title in VA, non-allowable NTE, $2,800. First of all, he didn't give them their $2,800 for closing costs, okay? Because he ain't got no $2,800. The man had $2,800. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, the next one. Seller to install a total of 4 can lights in the kitchen as specified by the purchaser. Can lights, those round things that goes in the top of the ceiling. He needs to put some lights in the kitchen. Just saying. They want a total of 4 lights, can lights in the kitchen. Isn't he supposed to be a builder? He don't know what he's doing, somebody. Let's see the next thing. Seller to install a dishwasher that matches the look of the rest of the kitchen appliances. How are you gonna give somebody a brand new house and you ain't got the appliances to match? So you want to give me a white dishwasher and then the rest, my stove and my refrigerator and all that other stuff, microwave, that's a chrome. But then you give me a white refrigerator. Did you go steal that from somebody's other rental house? Or did you go pull that from somewhere where you saw it from and took it and put it up in here for me. That's some shady stuff. Just saying, in my opinion. Also, sell to install a blower fan in the fireplace. Now, he know better. People gonna, you can't have somebody that have a fireplace and you ain't got a blower fan in there. They're gonna light that fireplace and have that the house all smoked up inside. That smoke's supposed to go out the chimney, not inside the house. I need to talk. He could ask Maurice that. Marceau that. They could have told him what they don't know what they talking about either. He should have called and asked me. Because he still don't know what he's doing. Okay. Also, sell to install a privacy fence on the side and rear. Let me tell you about this. Like I said, I saw what things look like from the addresses. Okay? You don't have somebody to call themselves building your house. They're supposed to be putting a fence around the property for the backyard, right? So you pull up to the house, you got your fence, you looking at the house from the front, oh, I got a fence. Then you can see it on both sides, yeah. Then you go inside the house, you go out the back door, where's my doggone fence? Look on the side of it, where's my fence? I got no fence back here. Well, you don't put a half of a fence in somebody's yard. Trying to cut corners and giving them a jacked up house. You, right, Sheila? Right, Foxy? You don't do that. No, that's why they got to get the money. They got to get that money back. They're already suing them. So they're going to get their money back, hopefully, or they already got it back or something. But I'm going to check and see. Hi, Williams. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Closing to take place with Rocket City Title. Rocket City Title. Rocket City Title is in Huntsville. Okay. Black Titanic knows where that's at, because she can talk more about that. Sell it to switch the front door with the blank run front door. He needs to do something to the front door. Sell it to switch the front door with the blank run front door. I can't tell you what it is. That's why I got it like this. Okay? Like I tell you, he don't know what he's doing. He had jacked up something. Okay? He needs to go and fix that front door. Switch that. Martel, you need to switch the front door, man. Okay?
To participate in. We've always been the best. So in science, was Imhotep or Granville Woods or Lewis Latimer or George Washington Carver? We're talking about Black excellence. If it's in business, we have strong men and women there as well. Reginald Lewis or John Johnson at Ebony Magazine. In education, Carter G. Woodson, Benjamin Mays, and Mary Petrell. You name the area, we've been good at it. What about in the movies? Who has the greatest box office attraction? Eddie Murphy. What about sports? Who's the best basketball player? Michael Jordan. Who hit more home runs than anybody in baseball, including more than Babe Ruth? Hank Aaron. Whatever the area is, science, business, writing, music, TV, movies, you name the area. All we've ever needed was the opportunity. If you thought that being white was being smart, then that means that being black is being what? You see, before 1954, we didn't act this way. Being black meant being the best. In every area that we've been allowed to participate in, we've always been the best. So in science, was Imhotep or Granville Woods or Lewis Latimer or George Washington Carver? We're talking about Black excellence. If it's in business, we have strong men and women there as well. Reginald Lewis or John Johnson at Ebony Magazine. In education, Carter G. Woodson, Benjamin Mays, and Mary Petrell. You name the area, we've been good at it. What about in the movies? Who has the greatest box office attraction?
Black excellent, you guys. Black excellent. Yeah, Black Excellent, you guys. I thought I had more on that video, but I'm not going to even go look for the other video. I had the video with the guy that was being harassed. SA. Let me see if I can find this for you too, because I want y'all to see this video. Oftentimes we don't take it serious when a man say that he's been harassed. Breonna Taylor, Martel, Stone Mountain. Okay. Okay, y'all. I guess I didn't download that other video. The other video I was gonna let y'all see was where the guy is accusing other guys in the workplace of harassing him sexually. Yeah, these are guys doing it to him, and he do not want to go that way. Well, I'll bring that up later because I didn't even download it. Let me see what y'all saying, and then I get ready to close because it is after 2 hours. Thank Tweety, she's here. Y'all know that she is a content creator. Queen Common Sense is also. Thank you too for being here. Thank all of y'all subscribers for being here as well. Now, Tweety Bird says when he didn't answer her calls to him and said he had meetings here and there, she was like, Ninja, please, you can't conduct anything, so stop with the lies. When she say, bye, Martel hoax, she was fed up. Yeah, she knew, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, she was questioning him what his whereabouts. Now, she had other people working for her to complete the project because he'll just disappear. He just disappeared, and that had went on. He had put everything on her. This woman was doing, when I say everything on down to having to have to deal with the kids. Y'all saw plenty of times Melody had them children in that office with her because he's somewhere, ain't nowhere to be found. We know where he be at. Y'all know where he be at with his paramours. We got one paramour that we see quite often as bed bugs, but he had a lot of paramours, you guys. Diane said Martel looked like something wrong with him. This is sick. Yeah, it's sick. What's they say? A narc is self-absurd. It's all about me, right? It's all about me. They're always the victim. They never take accountability for anything. Creole girl speaking. She's saying Grand Rising. Okay, Queen Common Sense says the Scots had no capital to buy that 52 acres. That's why they begged Melody. It's 47 acres. That's why they begged Melody to participate again in the comeback group. This is the real reason why the Snots do not like Mel. She cut the cord. Yeah. And y'all know what? She knew what we didn't know. We're just finding out about who they are. She found out that they were crooked. So no, they were crooked. That's what they was. And they was trying to make sure that if they got that 47 acres, they had to pay that loan back. Everything would have fell on Melody, you guys. They would have had the land and some of the property, and Melody had the bill. That's how they were going to do it. And they were using the two ladies thinking that they can pull Melody in. Their wives can, right? Y'all saw Martel was a backstabber. If you look at it, he never intended on Melody to have those 42nd acres. He was behind her back all the time talking to the developer. Now, she really did buy that 47 acres. So someone wrote that Marceau found the land. Yeah, he found the land, but it just sat there and sat there and sat there. Y'all know how the Scots work. That land would have never been purchased. It's just not for you to pretend. It was. Melody said, this is real. And so what she did was she got that land. She got that land because she didn't want it to go a deal like that to go down their drain. Now, this man right here said that what did he say? That bed bug was everything. I mean, everything. He talking about he lost it. You gave it away. You gave it away. You gave all that away. You ain't lost nothing. You gave it away. Yes, lost means something accidentally happened and I lost it. No, you purposely gave it away. You say bed bug satisfied you and your wife didn't satisfy you. Well, why aren't she satisfying you financially? Financially, what can she do for you? Nothing. When will you realize that you being attached to this woman is your downfall? Your laziness and being attached to her, because nobody want them on that brand. Y'all do know that the man, what's his name, McGill or whatever his name, McGill, not McGill, but the man that gives those polo events, that gentleman, that billionaire. Yeah, he did not invite Martel back this year. He invited the Fletchers. Now, one of Martel mad at the Fletchers was even accepted. But he didn't, after Martel was convicted, he didn't want that, he did not want that attached to his brand, right? And then too, he tried to give Martel a chance because people was complaining about Martel. He allowed Martel to be part of it anyway, but Martel would never stop his bull. He still wouldn't stop his bull. That man didn't want to be attached to that. He get his own self fired. He was over there at the Real Housewife of Atlanta. What happened? Nobody want to fool with him no more. He went over there with the same old shit, yelling and screaming at the women's over there and Bravo, and they're not having it. And as a matter of fact, those are a different breed of women's over there. They're not no pygmy. Yeah, you guys. Let me see what all y'all saying down here. Then I'm gonna close it. Let me put this out in case somebody want to come up. You can. I'm gonna do like about 20 minutes, y'all. If y'all want to come up, it's fine with me. All right. Tweety Bird, thanks for the cash app. I don't know how to accept it, but my grandbaby get up, she'll do it for me, right? A lot of stuff I don't know how to do, y'all, on this internet. All righty, so let's just read this one right here. Did I read this one already? Queen Cummins says, if I'm not mistaken, Marceau found the property and presented it to the group. Yes, he did. They didn't have funds and wanted Mel to front the money. She said no and purchased it for herself. Yeah, but she still waited. She waited and waited and waited and waited. A whole year went by, 2 years went by. The property was just still sitting up there. So she got it. Technically, if you didn't buy it, that's your fault. Martel doesn't have that glow in his skin anymore. He looks dry out and disgusted. Yeah. Y'all, anybody want to come up? That link is out there, you guys. Okay. Here go Patricia. Hi, Miss Patricia. I didn't know you was here. Patricia said, Queen, common sense. Martel is going to always be fake. That's why he's still failing. He hasn't come to the conclusion that he messed his life up for nothing, for yucky mouth. Yeah, but you know what? I believe Melody would have still divorced him because even if he didn't have yuck mouth, he was messing around with other women, you guys. Other women. He never been faithful. Queen Common Sense said Martel became way too arrogant and comfortable and entitled. He's used to women enabling his disgusted behavior. I'm going to say hi to Miss Sexy Chocolate, y'all. Miss Sexy Chocolate's in the house. Tay-Tay is in the house with Linda Gamble. Yeah, Miss Sexy Chocolate. I love that. Y'all could come up with some unique names on here, you guys. Sexy chocolate like that. Well, Tweety Bird, what are you saying now? And how they've been pissed off at her ever since because they knew that was generational. Well, yeah, y'all, them people think, them Scots think they're the most intelligent people. One that was over there yelling, yeah, the Scots rule Huntsville. The Scots rule Huntsville, yeah. Yeah, we'll see that they don't make no laws there. It's the lawmakers that rule, the politicians that rule Huntsville. I don't know what you're talking about, like the mayor and the senator and all those people and the governor. That's who rules Huntsville. Don't get it straight. Oh yeah, I like this right here. It said Melody didn't sprinkle her black queen magic on that ninja. He will still be trying to steal ATM. All right, you guys, I got it out. Don't like nobody coming up, so I'm gonna just put this out. Put my grandson back out and let him marinate to y'all. Just took a minute. Just brings so much joy. Well, that was the Breonna Taylor case. Y'all look behind. Can you imagine this girl got murdered over some economic, over property, you guys. 2020, what was 2020? 2018? This is Trez singing Coming From Where I'm Coming From by Anthony Hamilton, up and coming artist.
Sitting here, guess I didn't make well. Got time, a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up and daddy was.
Okay, Miss Y'all. I see you. Hey, Miss Patricia, how are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm good, girl.
Grand rising to you and the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm want to say a couple of things about Martel.
Mm-hmm.
And Martel has been doing this now for 4 years, going on 5 years. And until Mayor put a stop to this, he's going to continue to harass her. And I think by now she is fed up that she's not going to take any more of Martel's threats and how he uses the kids. And I really feel that the laws in Alabama, they need to change those laws. Really, they do. And it all comes about people that we vote for, that they vote for.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get together and they used to have a meeting because those laws is going way back to, I don't even remember those bills that they have in their laws now. And I'm 70 years old and I just don't understand why it's taking her so long and the court system so long. And I live in the city and it never took them 5 years to get custody. She can get custody of her children. And here she's taking care of her kids, feeding her kids, sending them to private school. And he's not doing anything but harassing her. He don't help take care of the kids. All the sports that the kids are into, she pays for that. Physicals and doctors, she pays for that. Everything is on her. And that's what I don't understand. Why is the court is not looking into all of this?
You know, that's what I just read, that, the court system often always dismiss a black woman's feelings. Our feelings is always suspect, or they don't believe us. We coming in the courtroom lying. We are often treated differently than any other woman when she come in and holler domestic violence. Because this is a domestic violence case on down. It's gonna trickle down to the children, because you see where he had in a document that he was being violent with the children also.
Yes. And that here, the state that I live in, Texas, that would have been solved. This case would have been over years ago. because of the fact is they don't play when it comes to DV. They do not play for that because there's too many women out here is losing their, life because of this situation. And Martel is not going to stop. He's not going to stop even if the court give her the custody of the kids. He's not going to stop because he's bitter. He's an angry man, and he have nothing going on for him. He's not trying to do better. He just want to make her life miserable. He know exactly what he's doing. It's like, if I can't have you, you will not be happy. I don't care how much money you make, you will not be happy. That's why he constantly scraping to keep her in court. Her money is long, and he can't break Mel. But just to get on her last nerve, he gonna continue to harass this woman.
But you know what? You're right about that. He do any and everything to get to Mel. Because I even know, if you saw that picture circulating of him and Coleslaw, he allowed her to take a picture of him and be seen with him every other year. Every 3 years, she can take a picture with him. But he's upset with Melody. So when he get upset with Melody, he still think if he put bed bug in her face, that would bother her. But Mel is so unbothered with both of them. She just want to be left alone.
Yes, and then it comes to a point in life that women need to really just wake up and see when you are being played. If a man care for you and love you and respect you, he would have been to put a ring on this woman and married her. This woman here is just a thorn in his side, and he knows it. He is not in love with Arian. If he was in love with Arian, he would have married Arian 4 years ago. But the thing is, this is what destroyed his marriage. And this is what he keep on his side to put that thorn, try to arrest Mel with when she see this picture. But what he really don't realize is that Mel has moved on with her life. We don't know the inside of the story. We only know bits and pieces of what really is going on. And we can only, imagine, going through something like that, which I have been through certain things like this, but I got to a point in my life where I wasn't going to let no man threaten me, and I wasn't going to let no man use me.
Yeah. So, I'm just, oh boy, he's so disappointed as a man. Every last one of these men on Love and Marriage Huntsville is an embarrassment to the men in Huntsville, and that's what they're saying.
Those men are users. They use women to get what they want. Those men is not in love with these women. You can tell. I never see any kind of affection with these men. All I see is you go, you do, I won't, I say. I never see them showing them no affection. I'm talking about all the men.
Every last one.
Every one of them. And then what I was saying about the court, the election, they need to really get out and get those old judges up out of there. Those old congressmen, they need to get them up out of there. Because if they keep continuing these same judges, same congressmen, and the laws do not change, somebody's going to end up dead. Sorry, unalive.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. And what I don't understand, Patricia, is that he hasn't did anything the court asked him to do. And they still.
That's because the fact is he's in good with somebody up in that court system, and everything that he have want to bring to the court, whether it makes sense or not, he don't care. It's just about what he's only thinking about is harassing Mel, to get on her nerves, to put it out there on in the Instagram or Facebook or whatever. He don't care about all of that. He just wants to be put her out there. If you do this to me, I'm gonna do that to you. And all of this stuff really started getting up under his skin when Mel doesn't bother him. Mel goes on with her life and share parts of her life when she could with her children and what she's doing with her children. She never mentioned him or tried to put him down. She never hardly even mentioned his name. But the point is that he do not like that because he's not a part of that familyhood, and he wants to be there and he wants to be over there. So he wanted to have it both ways. And Mel is not that type of woman. She's very respectable. She's a Christian woman. She loved God. And he don't realize he made a covenant with God. And he broke that covenant. He broke it. She didn't break it.
Yeah, and I think he's still blaming her because he did just say on that confession that he thought that they were going to be together forever. And not to know that he did not treat this woman right. He didn't, and he's still not treating her right.
No, he's not treating her right, and like I say, he's gonna continue to arrest Mel until the court put a stop to it. Until the court put a stop to it, he's gonna continue to come after her. As long as those kids is underage, he's gonna continue to come after her because he feel like if I can't have you, I'm gonna make your life miserable.
Yes,
and that's what he's trying to do.
And then let me see what Tweety said, talking to Atlanta. She said, all he can do is windmill at himself for not listening to her when she gave him chance after chance. You don't get many women that would do that. And you blew it for a broke bird. Yeah, he took it for granted. Because he did, even when she divorced him, he said she'll be back in 3 years. Y'all remember that? So in his head, he still feel like he can keep being Bush. She'll be back. She can come back all the time.
But see, what she showed him is that you don't disrespect me. I gave you 5 years to cut this mess out. I gave you 5 years knowingly that you were cheating on me. But I still stayed with you trying to make our family work. But you did not want the same thing that I wanted. You wanted to be out there, have your cake, and eat it too. You put me out there on Front Street, disrespect. And then you got all these women that know and been knowing that what Martel was doing. And then it was he, ha up in her face. That's a hurting thing for another woman knowing what's going on. But I can laugh with you and I can he with you, knowing all the time that my husband's out there cheating. And then you have the audacity to not even say, girl, sit down, let me talk to you. Because if I see one of my friends' husband out there doing some crazy stuff, due to all respect, I would go to him and say, now you know you're wrong. And I'm going to tell your wife. I'm going to tell your wife. And I don't care what nobody say, well, it don't involve you, it ain't your business. If you see something, say something. That's what's wrong with us now.
Yeah, you know what? You could say something out of life like that too, because some of these mistresses is taking out some of these wives too.
Yes. We just had one here in Texas last week. Took his wife out. She saved her child because her body fell on top of him. He like you say, if I can't have you, nobody else will.
Yeah.
Shot her, killed her, and turned around and killed himself.
Let me see what Sonny says. Sonny says, Martel comes from the mindset a woman should be just happy to have a man. She is supposed to accept whatever to have a man. Yeah, that's what he feels. He feels like he all that. Somebody be glad to have him.
See, that's the level he's on. He's below level. Because if you expect for me to just say, I just got a man, what does it say? Say if having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Well, damn, I would have no man at all. Because if I got to share a man and all this different stuff is out there, I don't want it. I can do just fine by myself. And if a woman with lower self-esteem accept that, then she need to be with a Martel, because that is exactly what he gonna do. He's never gonna be satisfied with that one woman. If it don't be her, it's gonna be another one, or another one, another. You will never have a man that really love you with that self-esteem, where low-level man like Martel. Martel don't want no woman, because ain't nobody gonna mess with Martel. They know Martel ain't got nothing. They know Martel don't have no money. They know Martel don't have no job. They see how Martel doing his wife, his ex-wife. Don't nobody want to get involved with Martel. So he don't have nobody really to fall back on but Area. She is so stupid that she don't realize he only using you. If he ain't put a ring and married me out of going on 11 years, you ain't finna get married.
Well, I mean, she ought to be tired of being embarrassed, but I mean, you know,
he don't care.
He's still chasing after you. I mean, how would you always got to walk in Melody's shadow. Even if she divorced right now, he's still chasing after Melody. Melody is always on his mind. But Tara says Martel still does not have that license. He was lying, trying to make Mel seem like she was taken from him. Yes. At the end of the day, being dirty gets you nowhere. That's why it can't. And none of them succeeded. All of them at a standstill except for Melody. Every last one of them. Even the Fletcher, they at a standstill too. They got so much financial things going on, child.
Yeah, they in debt themselves.
Yeah,
and I don't care how people look at it. The Fletchers and Chris. Let me tell you, Chris ain't selling them in a home because people ain't buying a homes like that. The interest rate is too high.
Yeah.
Okay, having daycare. I ran daycare for 35 years. You have some good months and you have some bad months. But you still got to take care of that overhead, regardless of how your months looking.
Yeah.
And then on top of Martel having a license, Martel never felt like he needed a license, because the fact that he gonna use Mel till he use her up, and just like he thought that she was gonna be with him forever. He wasn't thinking that what I'm doing is wrong and what's gonna happen if she divorced me. See, he wasn't thinking on those terms. He was only thinking on what I can do now. See, he wasn't thinking with the head on his shoulder. He was thinking about the head between his legs. He didn't think what was gonna happen. And this what pisses him off, because Mel was not supposed to leave him, regardless of what he was doing. Mel was not supposed to go anywhere.
Wow. Tay say that's what Mel was talking about, putting out Martel fires. That's why she was late coming home, fixing his mess like he was her child. All the time she had to fix up that mess. Then she had to go into bankruptcy to cover herself, because he was out there building things and putting her name under, know that they had divorced. He's still trying to build under her license. So she's like, oh no, these people ain't finna come after me. Yeah.
What Mel was doing, Mel had other contractors that was going behind Martel, fixing stuff that Martel was supposed to been doing. That's why when she called him and the phone rang and rang and rang, and he didn't answer the phone. And then when he finally called her back, he gonna tell her, well, I was out here doing this and that. She know Martel wasn't out there doing no this and that, because she have other people, contractors, going different places to fix up his mess.
You see,
and then the bankruptcy, she had to declare bankruptcy in order to protect her credit, because if she had to let it stay as it is, Mel would have been in the same boat that he's in, trying to play catch up. And when you get behind in the IRS, you got interest on that money, and she know you got interest on that money. When you in a big company like they was making all that grand theft money, you got a lot of interest to pay on that grand theft money.
Okay,
but Mel got smart. Mel woke up one morning after she had a good talk with the Lord. he told her what she need to do. Now he gave her a choice. I'm gonna help you, but you got to make the first step.
Yeah.
And the first step was when she left him.
Well, he even told Fred when he went to Fred, Fred was willing to help him, but Fred said, no, didn't even know that he didn't even have his license until they sit up there and talk. And
a lot of people didn't know he didn't have any license. Even when he was talking to Marceau and talking to Maurice when they was out there on the patio and they mentioned about the license, and that's when Maurice say, "You don't have your license."
Mm-mm. So Sexy Chocolate said, I know Coleslaw saw that episode. And Fred said that Mel held all the cards. Joe did. Meaning Mel BM don't run some. The company, but she was too slow to comprehend what Fred said. Yeah. Sonny said, I still think Mel and Miss Van backing out of the 47 acres is what really pissed Carlos off. He was probably hoping to make money like Bravo makes all. Y'all know what they did. They turned around and bought it together. They went and bought some land together. After that, I think that was last year. I forget.
Yeah, Miss Van did. Miss Van and Mel bought 57 acres. Because Miss Van sold some of it to some vendors.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And then I was saying what happened was with that incident when Mel caught hold to what they was trying to do, what Maurice and Marceau was trying to do, and Martel, don't leave him out because he was a part of it, but he was just the end. They didn't keep him in the loop. They kept him right where they wanted him at, in arm distance. But they wanted Mel to take that loan out, like Tisha taking all these loans out. They wanted to put that up on Mel. But see, what Mel did before Mel make a move, she gonna sit down with her brother, and she gonna sit down with Miss Van, and she gonna sit down with her lawyer and her before she make any decision when it come to buying stuff, especially in land, because you got liens, back taxes. It's something that you have to investigate.
Yeah. Sonny said people should question letting Fletcher list their homes. He let Martel squat long term, and how many homes? Yeah, Mr. Fletcher was losing out because even with Destiny too, LeBaron had to snatch that from under there because he wasn't serious about getting Destiny out or Martel. He was still trying to be friends,
Yeah.
Business is business. So he was losing out. Yeah, they were.
Well, see, Martel holds the cards, which this is what's going on. Martel holds the card because all of them was out there in the street doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So Martel know what Chris was doing and still doing, just like he know what Marceau and Maurice is doing. He knows what's going on out in the street because he's out there in the street and people talk.
Mm-hmm. So
by him staying in different houses and stuff, this is a way of keeping Chris' mouth shut.
And you know what? And he want full custody of the children. Don't really have nowhere for them to stay because he squats wherever he can. That's where he gonna be at. And then trying to bring those children in there, it's not right. You don't have a stable place for those kids to stay in. How you gonna get full custody? But Laurencio said Martel wanted to keep the 47-acre deal alone with the Scott, so Mel could not get involved, but he wants still to use Melody license. Yeah, he thinks, he want to make a fool out of everybody.
That's what he tried to do. But Mel was smart enough that she say no. And then she turned around with her mother and her. And after they decided it was best, that's when they bought that land. But see, Martel is the type of man that you have to always stay a step ahead of him, because if he plays on your intelligence, he tries to play on your intelligence. because he feel like don't nobody know as much as he know. And you can listen to what he talk. He talks in a way that like Marceau talk. They goes all the way around the corner, and they don't stop at no stop sign.
Okay, Miss Patricia, I am getting ready. It's 3 hours. I'm tired.
Okay.
I sure did enjoy you too. Thank you. I sure did enjoy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come up. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Game of the 50-50. Game of the 50-50. All right, ladies, you got your fans? All right, y'all. Let's do a little work about let's here we go, y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but Westlove and the 478 band.
Bye. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for the Cash App. Thanks for the PayPal. Thanks for all my subscribers, new and old. Thanks for everyone that was here. Have a great day, you guys. Later.